Friday. No Pants Friday. No pants, no pants, no Pants Friday.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while. It's been a long while.
What is happening, everybody? What's up?
What's up, people?
So it's No Pants Friday. No Pants Friday After Dark. No Pants Friday After Dark Holiday Edition.
Mm-hmm.
How I see you went to the eye doctor, got a new prescription.
I'm feeling very festive.
What's up, everybody? Glad to see you all in the chat. Let me go click on this over here. Yippity dippity doo. We got a lot of people in the chat. Everybody's getting chatty.
This is what happens when you can't go anywhere anymore on a Friday night, and it's the week before Christmas. Nobody wants to be on the road because people are still shopping like crazy people. I don't know who those people are, but they're not my people. And so everybody's here and they're at home, and we're here to alleviate some of your boredom or make it worse. I don't know.
You think very highly of yourself.
I do. I just said or make it worse. I don't know. But hey,
what's up? People, I didn't have a lot of orders today, but I had just like a couple hours ago, somebody bought a t-shirt from me. Not only did they buy a t-shirt for $180, which I'm pretty stoked about, but they paid for express shipping.
That was a last minute gift.
I know, right? And the way Etsy does it, it like charged them like $42 for express. So I'll probably give them a refund of like $15 because that's a bit much.
That's nicer than
I usually don't. But
you are getting in the car tomorrow and dropping that off at the post office. When you do not mail on a Saturday in order to do express shipping, keep the $15 for frig's sake.
That's true. Ooh.
They paid it. You keep it.
That's true.
And yes, Chris Bradley asked, do I have to take my pants off? Yes. Yes, you do. And look who's in the chat right there.
Corey, my favorite Corey 111815. How's it going?
And your second favorite Corey's in there.
Yeah. Well, different spelling.
That's
totally different name. Just like my name is not the same as a Katie spelled Katie. Okay.
That's true.
Unless you want to go with my way cooler, new, updated spelling, Caytee. And then that one's pretty cool. But
that is pretty cool.
Definitely my favorite Corey, Corey.
Corey has been a little MIA being a dad with like a little newborn baby who's not so newborn anymore. God, he's got to be 9-10 months or something.
He's probably going to college next week.
Cutest chunk-a-monk little face I've ever seen. Honestly, I felt like a stalker for a while there. Every time he posted a picture on Instagram, I was like liking it right away. Like I had been waiting for him to post one, like stalking like a weirdo. Cutest darn baby ever. He's 21 months now. What? Yeah. He is not.
That's insane.
He can't be 21 months. That's not possible.
Leah says that she's watching us and listening to Nicki Minaj on vinyl. Life is good. Let me tell you, I feel like Katy and Vikki, I feel like our show goes hand in hand with Nicki Minaj. Actually, I am actually a huge Nicki Minaj fan as far as her music goes. I think she's a little bit ridiculous, but I actually love her music. I only force her to listen to it occasionally, and then usually I get like about 45 seconds in before she's like, what is this crap we're listening to? And I'm like, you just don't know what's cool, Grandma.
Apparently not.
You're not staying up with what's cool. Anyway, I'm a huge fan. Good stuff. So I would be hanging out with you over there, Leah, listening to some Nicki Minaj on the old vinyl. Anywho.
Now, listen, I know Frankie and Tracy are in the chat, and Frankie and Tracy will back me up by saying there's no way in hell you're ever going to get me to like Nicki Minaj.
Whatever. She is an excellent rapper.
I'm sure she is. Not my thing.
I know she's not your thing, but I think she's very talented. So whatever.
Someone asked, are you wearing a mistletoe hat? No, put your head down a little bit so they can see what it is. It's a light up hat with polar bears.
It's my Christmas hat. So Keelan and Kisses wants to know, did you guys know last Sunday you were doing this? We've been talking for a while, like we should do some.
We did say it on Sunday that we were going to do it. But
no, we did not.
We didn't?
No. We said what happened was, I think you have said we should. We do some. It's okay to freeze up. Hopefully we come back. Anyway, we said that we should do some No Pants Fridays, but I think on Monday you were like, you should just put it on. We can tell people about it and blah, 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 blah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. Now we got like a video playing over here. But so this is our special holiday edition. We're doing it as an AMA. Ask me anything, ask us anything at all, business, personal, whatever. We'll answer your questions. But we've got some business to handle right now. First of all, Sally, I think, is in the chat.
She is. And it is Sally's birthday today.
So I think she just turned 40.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
That's very rude.
So it's her birthday today. So happy birthday, Sally. And Katie has said that she is going to do an extra special birthday song for her today.
I don't believe I said that. Maybe I have one in mind. You don't know. You don't know. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. We're glad that you were born. I want to wish you a happy birthday. I want to wish you a happy birthday. I want to wish you a happy birthday. And I'm going to poke Vicky. How about that?
Perfect.
You like it?
Perfect.
There you go. There's your birthday. A couple of other things. We wanted to give a shout out to Kathy Glassford, who's in the chat, because she wanted to.
She's our lovely Canadian.
Yes. Friend of the show. Canadian friend of the show. She wanted to make a contribution to us in our show, but she didn't want to do a super chat because YouTube does take a hefty little chunk out of it. So she made a direct donation. And let me tell you something, guys. It's the holidays, but we're never above being bribery. We're okay with that. And so I just want to make an official announcement that Kathy is our official favorite Canadian through the end of the year. Through the end of 2020.
Wow.
And let me tell you, there's some other Canadians that we know and love who will be probably upset by this. But the truth is, our hearts can be bought. And Kathy, you are officially our favorite for what? 13 more days?
13 more days.
13 more days. So there you go. But we do love Canadians in general. So Kathy, appreciate
My
you.
whole family's Canadian. You're nice people.
I've got some Canadians in my past.
You can tell I was born in the United States. I'm not so nice.
That's true. That's true.
True.
All right, I got to get this. Anyway, so and then also we've had a few gifts show up. Today you left to go to FedEx, and somebody came and rang the doorbell. And listen, guys. One of the things I noticed when I lived in Oregon, first of all, you almost never got people just showing up, ringing the doorbell, knocking on your door. And when it did happen, I'm one of those people who hides and I don't answer it. I moved to Vegas, and I swear we always have people like coming and knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. And she always answers. So she had just left and the doorbell rang, and I'm like, I'm not answering it. But then
I always answer the doorbell because they walk past my office window and I swear they make eye contact. So I can't ignore the door. They make eye contact, see me sitting at the computer at the window, and then I'm supposed to ignore the door when someone rings the bell. It's a little awkward when they look at you in the eyeball.
Why they got to be coming to my house when I haven't invited them? Anyway, so curiosity got the best of me. I went and peeked out, and there was some lady standing out there. So I went ahead and opened the door. And good thing I did, because it was a special delivery. And it was these awesome cookies from, can you get it?
Yep.
Curly Top Baker. It's a local baker here. And they're from Mo. They're from our Mo. Another friend of the show and friend of ours in person as well. But she had seen a story about this particular local company and how they had grown, and they had just like gotten all these awesome like accounts with like
corporate
local
accounts for
just before
Vegas is big with obviously conventions and business gatherings and things like that. And they got these and hired a bunch of people and had this big business surge and a bunch of contracts. And then COVID hit. And
then her husband worked in hospitality, and so he lost his job. And then she had to let go of all of her employees.
She had to let go of like 15 employees. It's been a really shit year for this person. Along with a lot of other people, obviously. So she's been doing some smaller catering gigs. And I guess Mo saw a story about her.
So she contacted her, ordered some cookies, had them delivered to us, which is really, really cool. And let me tell you, this is a way that you can support like local businesses. And like, if you can't go home to see your families, like we both sent cookies, special cookies to our friend made with her business home to our parents. So if you can't go visit your family, one of the things you can do to support local business is like contact somebody in their city and order something. But let me tell you, I got to show these cookies because seriously, you don't understand, guys.
I don't even like chocolate chip cookies, and they're chocolate chip cookies. And I don't even normally like chocolate chip cookies. They're Katie's favorite, but you can touch it because you're going to probably eat it. But even I like these.
Let me show you. Let me show you what these look like, because these are like the best. Look at this. Look at how fat these are. They're like the chewy, soft, so chocolatey, so delicious, so rich. You eat one of them and you just want about to fall over.
You need to take a nap.
But they're really, really good. We already ate like 4 of them, and the rest are mine. So I better hide these because she says I can have the rest, but then she'll want some, and if I leave them on the counter, they'll suddenly disappear. And so I'm going to hide those.
You can hide them.
Yeah.
I would like one of my beers though.
Oh yeah.
While we're talking, what else do we get?
I've got our fancy beer cooler, which is basically just a stainless steel bowl with ice in it, but we're real fancy. Anyway,
you might have drooled a little, Greg. They're actually they're like dark chocolate and milk chocolate. I think it was the combination of the two.
Yeah.
They're pretty darn good. I don't know how I don't like chocolate chip cookies. I'm weird. I don't like cookies with things in them. Like,
okay,
except oatmeal raisin.
Bullshit, guys. I'm calling it right here. And listen, you're right. No Pants Friday. What happens on No Pants Friday After Dark stays No Pants Friday After Dark. Okay, and I'm going to say bullshit because you know what? Her favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin. Disgusting.
I'm a grandma.
Grandma cookie. She eats her grandma cookies and does not listen to Nicki Minaj because she's a grandma. But anyway,
Chris Bradley getting all Martha Stewart in here with that beer cooler. Super trashy beer cooler, guys.
So Vikki, she had said it earlier in the week, like, oh yeah, we're gonna hang out, have cocktails while we do the show. And then today she was like, she pulled another grandma move, and she's like, I'm too tired. I don't want to drink anything tonight. And so I went to go get some beer, and I came home and said, you're gonna try this out. So why don't you show them what it is?
It's super high class and high end PBR, but it's hard coffee.
Hard coffee.
I like coffee. So
we'll see if I'll be drinking 2 of these tonight or just one, because we'll see what her face looks like.
You're gonna be able to see by that. Thank you, Jacqueline. Jacqueline likes oatmeal raisins.
Disgusting.
Too.
I don't like raisins in anything, and oatmeal in cookies I don't like it. All right, we're gonna
Naomi, I don't smoke, and neither does Katie. No problem with anybody else that does. No edibles. Nah, it's not our thing. Feel free to imbibe if you'd like. It is legal here.
Smells like coffee. It's not coffee beer,
not
though.
My thing.
Here's the thing, because Vikki was like, I don't like coffee beer. It's not like where you get a beer and it's a stout that tastes like coffee. It's like, it's supposed to be like alcoholic.
It's
coffee.
Boozed up coffee.
It's supposed to taste like probably like an iced coffee, but then, how is it?
It's actually pretty good. I'm really picky.
I know, she is really picky. I was waiting for her to go, oh, it's disgusting.
It tastes
disgusting.
It tastes like it's kind of coffee chocolatey, and I guess it has booze in it, but you really can't tell that it's going to have booze in it. Am I going to be up all night? Probably. I'll be wrapping presents at 4 a.m. like I'm on a speedball.
Honestly, it tastes like any of those iced coffees that you get in the can, except this happens to have booze in it. It really doesn't taste boozy.
What's the alcohol percentage? It's
5%.
Probably like 5%, like a beer. Yeah.
It's actually really good.
It's not bad.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Okay. Moving on. I think we have one more. I want to show one more. Actually, it's a twofer.
It's a twofer. Presents. Yes.
It's a twofer. So today in the mail, we got something in the mail. And as you know, I've got my geek tree, my tree back here. It's got Star Trek ornaments on it. It's got E.T. And of course, it has the fancy E.T. topper. And so today in the mail from the Bradleys, Deb and Mel, I got a new, this looks to be a crafted, maybe an Etsy purchase.
It was from Etsy, yeah. Because it came from the seller.
Look at how cute this is.
He's really cute.
Look at him. He's like a big puffball, a few little puffballs, some googly eyes, and like pipe cleaners, twisted up pipe cleaners for arms. Come on, he's like the cutest little thing ever. Look at him. Look at him.
Super cute.
Look at him. Hold on, I'm trying to keep him from swinging. Look how cute he is. Look at him. He's real cute. And he's got the heart. Oh, awesome. I'm going to go put him on the tree right now. I'm going to do it live.
Putting him on the tree.
Watch it, Eddie. This is going to go, where should it go? I'm going to put him right here.
It's very cute.
I literally have like 3 ET ornaments. And I love it.
John 3:3. To tell you the truth,
Jesus
is speaking to
Why
you.
Where is he? I'm scared. You guys. My Jesus that I got from, where's he even at? I don't know.
Jesus is speaking. I don't know where he came
And why did he start talking? It's the one that Allison gave us. Okay, and then the other present I want to show you is from Crystal.
We did get a present from Allison. I think we talked about that Sunday, though,
Yeah,
did we?
yeah.
Okay,
I shot the poster. Crystal, Rose's Closet, who does Vicki's photographs and listings, brought over gifts.
Mm-hmm. I didn't bring any of my gifts upstairs. She does this, and I don't get told.
Because I want to give you. Why do I need to tell you? If you get a gift, you show it on the next show. Anyway, right here. Look at this. Look at this awesome ET. Look at this cute little hoodie. Anyway, this I love it. I was very excited when I opened this up and add this to my collection of ET stuff.
Crystal bought me a beautiful peacock like trinket box, which is on a shelf in my office already, so I didn't bring that down. And then the other thing was that Barbara, our friend Barb in the chat, Barb had us sent an ornament that was from Etsy, like a handmade ornament, little heart ornament with like a rainbow watercolor on it. Really cute.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's on the tree.
Yeah, it's on the tree. Anyway, guys.
So I love presents. So thank you, guys. We really appreciate whenever anybody sends us anything. So thank you for that.
Yeah, Chris says that he didn't get the memo that they had to send gifts.
Sorry, Chris.
Sorry, whatever.
What the hell kind of friend are you?
Whatever, Chris. Whatever.
Just kidding. Gifts are never expected or required. Honestly, I wish that we could send gifts and cards to everybody that we sent out 100 Christmas cards this year. We ran out. We sent out 100 and mailed quite a few gifts. Lorna, speaking of, your gift got mailed today.
Yeah, she almost forgot to send your gift that we got like weeks ago.
Because I put it in the room with the gifts that didn't need to be mailed. That's
right.
why. And then I went, I need to send gifts. Anyway, so yeah, we have to wrap all of our presents. It's crazy. Got a lot to do.
So anyway, this is an AMA. I think we've gotten through all the things that we have on our little list here. So if you guys have any questions, or if you have any, questions that will prompt stories, or you want to ask about selling stuff, I don't know.
Liz says all of my friends are getting Easter gifts at this point. Hey, I like Easter gifts. Send it in a basket. It's okay.
Yep. Oh, by the way, speaking of Liz, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement that went around on List Perfectly.
Yes.
Liz O'Kane and our good friend of the show, Doug Smith, are teaming up.
Who was a masked reseller, as was Liz, actually.
As was Liz. So basically,
both masked sellers.
Yeah, so basically we're probably responsible for this. I'm going to go ahead and call it.
Sure.
Anyway, it's where you got your start. Just kidding. Anyway, Doug, who used to be with eBay and has been doing a lot of stuff, going around and like doing lots of teaming up with other resellers and doing YouTube shows and all kinds of stuff. And he's got his own music podcast that he does. But Doug and Liz,
the albums that saved us.
So Liz and Doug have teamed up to do a reselling podcast, and it's being sponsored by List Perfectly, which is really, really cool. And the name of the podcast is Reseller Community.
Liz,
podcast.
Put the name of the podcast in there. I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
I think it's like Reseller Community Podcast. I could be wrong. But we're actually pretty excited about it because there's so many YouTube channels out there. There's like so much content as far as like watching shows goes. But I feel like there's a much smaller number of reselling podcasts.
There's a few.
A few. There are a few, but I listen to a lot of podcasts.
But this is going to be the best one.
Not necessarily reselling ones, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how it goes and what happens with it. But anyway.
I did see someone is new to List Perfectly thanks to us. So Bonnie Redmond just started using List Perfectly thanks to you guys. So
awesome.
Thank you for using it. If you don't use the program, feel free to hit any of us up. But below the show, there is a link for 30% off your first month. So if you are ever interested in trying List Perfectly, I highly suggest you use the link. And yes, it's an affiliate link. Do get a little kickback for that. But you also get 30% off your first month, which is well worth it.
Yep, it is called the Reseller Community Podcast. See, Liz, I listen. I care.
I forgot the title.
I'm like, Vicky.
Yeah, sorry.
Just kidding. Anyway, looking forward to seeing what that's all about and what you guys do with it. And
Coming soon in January of 2021.
Ooh, 2021. Awesome.
Exactly. Liz said there's a lot of great podcasts. There are a lot of great podcasts out there in general, just like there's a lot of great YouTubers. There's room for more content always. Just like YouTube, and Katie and I've said this before, may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But every person that with all the YouTubers, you're going to find somebody that speaks to you. You're going to find somebody that you connect with. You'll find somebody that you appreciate their content or their personality. And I think it's the same thing with a podcast. Katie listens to several podcasts, and there are a couple that she listens to that I like, and there are some that grate on my nerves. Their voices or their content don't appeal to me. So it's like anything else. You're going to find somebody that speaks to you. So I'm super excited for you guys. I think you're going to do great. I think you both have fun, informative personalities, and I'm excited to see you two play off each other. I think a 2-person podcast, much like a YouTube channel, I think 2 people is fun because you get to play off each other.
Yeah. It's much easier to be conversational. And okay, so questions. Thrifting is my beach says, what are your New Year's Eve plans?
It's COVID. Nothing.
I mean, to be completely fair, we generally don't do much for New Year's. I think a couple of times we've gone out because we have a friend who's a bartender. So there's been at least one time where we've gone to her bar for New Year's.
2017.
But I wouldn't say we generally don't do anything on New Year's. Just here's the thing with, COVID aside, the thing with Vegas is a lot of people come here to party. And so it's already a little bit sketchy sometimes.
It's a clusterfuck on New Year's Eve here. And anyway, it is. It's the second biggest weekend or night of the year as far as people coming in and vacationing here. So even if you put all the COVID crap aside, because I don't want to be around a bunch of drooling drunk people spitting at each other, and you're paying through the nose to get into a bar or to get into a club or to go to a restaurant, you're paying triple the prices. I totally get it. It's just not my scene. We have done it a couple of times, and probably will be we'll probably either be home or at our best friend's house. Last year we hung out at our best friend's house.
Oh, that's right. We did do that. We
watched a movie, watched the ball drop, and just hung out and had a couple of drinks.
Yeah. So maybe we'll do that again. We'll see. Okay. So Doorless Wing says, I have a question, business question. Vicky's eyes on it. We're going to look at it real good here. I noticed that many big sellers print labels immediately after something sells. Is there a benefit to printing the label ASAP instead of exporting? Honestly, Doorless Wings.
Doorless window?
I don't know.
Maybe she
Doorless Wings. Honestly, when I see anytime I've bought something and I see a label gets printed immediately, I actually think they're newer sellers because I tend to think it's somebody who's like really excited that they just made a sale. So I've never correlated that with a bigger seller. Because for me, as a full-time seller who's been doing this for years, I have a set time during the day when I do my shipping. And if somebody buys something in the evening, I'm not running to ship to like print a label or anything like that. It's when I do my shipping, the next time I do my shipping, which for me is the next business day. The only difference is right now during the holidays, because
I ship a couple times during the day sometimes.
Yeah, just because of how bad USPS has been and stuff like that. We're trying to get everything out. So if something sells, I usually go right away and try to get another label on it so it can go out the door. But yeah, generally I don't do that. Do you?
There's no benefit that I'm aware of, and I certainly don't do it. I ship once a day. Breaking up my day to run and pull a package and ship it, that makes zero sense to me. I'm usually involved in doing something else. So, and I ship every morning, as does Katie, and then we have pickup in the afternoon. So whatever sells, usually up until about noon, I will get out the same day. I don't have that in my listings or anything, but I will do that.
Yeah. But like I sold that t-shirt and it's going express. Technically, according to my how I have everything set up, I don't have to send that out until Monday. But it's the holidays. They paid $40 to have it express shipped. I am going to normally our mail lady picks up everything, but tomorrow I'm going to package it up and I'm going to take it myself to the post office and whatever else we have to go, because it is the holidays and I want to get it out, but I'm definitely not doing it right away. So let's see. LA Grit Hustle Vikki, how do you package bulky blankets?
I roll them as tightly as possible and I ship them in a poly bag. I have some heavyweight poly bags that I send them in, and they will generally ship depending on if it's a close to me state or not. If it's close to me state, it's usually going to be regular priority. But if it's somewhere far away, most blankets are between 2 and 3 pounds for the most part. Sometimes they're around 4, but 2 and 3 pounds, it's usually going to be cubic rate tier 4, I think. So that's like the highest tier, because the bags that I use are 17 and a half by, I think they're like 12 or 14, 17 and a half by 14. So that gets you to like cubic tier 4. So I don't vacuum anything out, but I do send them in poly bags. And if it's a heavy blanket or if it's a really expensive blanket, I'll double the poly bag just in case. But the ones that I get are pretty thick.
And what do you do when you have a big sweatshirt or sweater to ship out?
If I'm trying to get it into a flat rate padded mailer, I have Katy roll it for me. She is the queen of getting stuff rolled super tightly.
I'm a master roller.
And part of it, and let's be fair, any of us that have long nails, you might know what I'm talking about. But if you have really long nails, when you're trying to shove something tightly into one of those padded mailers, you tend to puncture the mailer with your fingernails. So that's part of it. So Katy doesn't have long nails, so she'll do that. She'll shove it in.
I have
the
a
bag
technique,
really tight, so.
And I can get it in there. Okay, Dana. Okay, so Dana, as you guys know, is positive with the Rona, and she has been.
Dana has the Rona.
She has been so sick for the last like week and a half, and she's just the last like day and a half, 2 days has been feeling a little bit better, but still super exhausted. So, whoops, wrong one. So she wants to know, how excited does she think that? Do we think that she is that Vikki is taking pictures for her tomorrow?
No, that I am taking pictures for
right.
her.
That's what I'm
tomorrow,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
So Dana, most of you guys that know the show and know us know that Dana started out as my assistant, and she has graduated from my assistant and photograph taker to her very own business owner self that she is, and she's doing quite well. But because she has the Rona, she was saying that she's out of things. She's feeling well enough to maybe list a couple of things, but she has no photos left to do. So I was like, have Johnny, her husband, drop off some stuff, and I'm going to spray it down with Lysol, and then I will bring it in the house and I'll take some pictures for you. Now, here's the reason. There's a couple of reasons why, and I'm going to say, first of all, Dana's like family. She's one of our dearest friends.
True.
She house sits for us. She dog sits for us. She was my assistant. And in hiring an assistant, I gained a very, very close friend. When I was going through a tough time, when I first met Katy, I was going through my divorce, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to continue keeping her on as an employee because it was an expense that I wasn't sure I could handle. I was going out on my own for the first time in a while. And, I was kind of hunkered down and going through my stuff, and she would stop by twice a week at least to take pictures and kind of check on me, and then take pictures for me for free in exchange for using my photography area. But really she was making sure that I was okay. So that was part of it. And then 2 years ago was Katy's accident. And for that first 2 weeks, she was out of commission. I was trying to ship for both places. It was really hard. So, and Dana was there for me as well. And the reality is that whatever happens, if the roles were reversed, Dana would be doing this for me. So of course I can't go and fix it. I can't go to her house and take pictures. I can't ship or ship for her because I don't want your Rona. Keep your cooties to yourself. But I can take pictures, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. Swoop in second. So we see this question a lot. Wants to know, what kind of printer do you suggest, low cost, good quality wise? Here's the thing. What you want is a thermal printer. Now, there's probably like 3 different brands that are the most popular. There's Zebra. There is, what are the other ones? Hello?
Zebra, Rollo,
and then there's the third,
Dymo.
Zebra, Rollo, Dymo. As far as I know, they're all pretty like solid printers. But if you want to take it to the next level and be able to print your labels, seriously, a thermal printer is worth the investment. And if you look around, you can usually find one either on sale or somebody that's selling one used on or refurbished on eBay. You should be able to get one for around $200, $250 if you're not needing to buy one brand new. But let me tell you, it's huge because you don't have to buy ink anymore. Your labels, how much do you pay for like a package of labels?
I don't know, like 30 something bucks. I remember.
$30, but we're talking like how many rolls? Like
18.
18 rolls?
It's like $2 a roll or something like that. It works out to be. Anyway, we have a link to our Amazon store right below, and our Amazon link will, we have the best prices for, I think, all three brands of Dymo, all three brands of label printers in there, as well as the labels that we use, which fit on all of them. And you can price compare. And I will say that we have a Zebra that we've had for
it's an old one.
5 years. It's at least 5 years old, and it has never skipped a beat.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, guys, keep the questions coming.
The quick question, go back up. So there is a, keep going about mailers.
Yeah, it was down here.
Okay.
Well, now you screwed me up, man.
Well, it wasn't.
How dare you? Here
past it.
This one.
That wasn't the one I meant, but
well, we can answer Will's question.
It probably is smaller. I feel like all of the boxes have shrunk over the last couple of years. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't really put shoes into flat rate mailers much anymore because
I used to be able to fit like Converse or some women's shoes or ballet flats, that type of thing.
But the thing is, if you're using 15 by 12 poly mailers, you can fit a lot of shoes in that size, and or even a little bit bigger as long as you're shipping cubic, and usually you can ship them for $10 or less. So,
yeah, they've been doing the same with the medium flat rate boxes. I agree, Naomi. They've been doing it for a while. Now, Sally asked, I've seen this a couple of times. Do we have a new date for our wedding?
No.
Nope.
You can't set dates for anything right now.
Nope.
So that's going to take
It's been postponed twice.
Doesn't matter. She's stuck with me anyway, guys.
Maybe next year. I don't know. Let me tell you, if there is a date and a plan, you guys will know. I promise.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. So keep the questions coming, guys. Whatever. Yeah. Don't ask us any questions, Greg, about Apple because we don't know. We're not Apple people. Yeah. Let's see.
I see Danny was in the chat too. Hello, niche lady.
Hello. All right. So, okay. Laura wants to know, ask me anything, business goals for 2021. What are your business goals?
I guess for me, probably just try and streamline more. And then I'm always trying to refine my process so that it becomes more profitable with less work, if that makes sense. I think that's everybody's goal, right?
Well, what's something you're working on right now with your List Perfectly?
Oh, right now I am actually trying to import all 3,300 listings into List Perfectly. And then once those are all in there, then I am going to end in chunks and relist my listings on Posh and Macari and Etsy, all the older stale listings. So I have somebody working on that for me. It's a process. They do about, 10 hours a week or so, 10, 12 hours a week. Hourly, and it's a process. It's probably going to take me. It's going to take me probably about 5 months or so to get it all done, because I really do want to have it there as my one-stop accounting system where I can go in, not really accounting, but inventory system, where I can go in and look and List Perfectly in my catalog and see that I have X listed on 5 platforms, and I can end it with that one click. Right now, I can't do that. Right now, I end my listings by opening up all of my platforms every morning and ending them all. If I had 1,000 listings or fewer, as soon as they opened up a catalog, I would have already had this done. But I procrastinated for a while, and 3,000 listings takes a very long time to do, which is why I had to hire someone else to do it, because I don't have the time to devote that many hours a week or that many months to make it happen for me. Mm-hmm. But I know that my goal is that I want it to do that, get there eventually. And right now I am starting every listing and doing it myself. But up until 5 weeks ago, I was not doing that, or 6 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say for me, probably to keep doing what I've been doing, but focusing more on pushing my average sale price up, and focusing more on higher value, higher priced items. Mm-hmm. And probably my next step, I'm on 4 platforms right now. My next, 5 if you include Instagram. So my next step is probably to open up, do my own website, like a Shopify website, that would only have my top, 300, 400, t-shirts or whatever, the stuff that's really primo. That would be the stuff that I would, that would be the link I would share on like Instagram and stuff like that, and it would be like just the hottest stuff that is kind of the most curated of all of my items. Because like right now I've got like 2,300 on eBay, 1,700 on Etsy, 1,600 on Grailed and Mercari each, and obviously those are all overlapped. But I could see some value in, especially with my Instagram, being able to market myself, which I need to focus more on Instagram, but getting a Shopify website up and just having that be like my more branded, like actual site.
And someone asked, are we going to change? Katie's not going to change what she's selling or looking for. I'm not either. I think the one thing I want to do is get a little bit more onto, focus a little bit more on hard goods where I'm able to, and probably outsource even more listing. I think I am at the pretty much my breaking point as far as keeping my inventory under my own roof. So my next step is probably going to be either a second storage unit, or I may have to look into some rental space or warehouse space coming in the new year. That's the only thing the only way I think I could get to any further level than where I am. I'm pretty much at max capacity. I can continue to raise my average sale price, but my average sale price is around $60, $65 as it is. I have risen it from last year and the year before. There's only so much higher I can get it based on my business model. So I'm doing the best that I can with it, but I might just be maxed out, and I'm okay with that. I made a very good living this year. I'm not going to complain. Someone asked, did we hit our goals this year? I did.
As far as financial goals, I mean, I think I did. I think eBay has been pretty good most of the year. There was a huge drop for like a good month and a half when COVID first hit. And I would say that, but otherwise the year's been pretty good. And then it kind of dropped in Q4, and it was not your normal Q4, but my Etsy jumped up, my Grailed, my Mercari. So once I add them all together, like my numbers are higher. Like this is the best Q4 I've ever had. While at the same time, it's my worst Q4 on just eBay. So it's true. So it's really like, seriously, guys, my first year on eBay, when I had 1,000 listings, I was making more money in December than I am this time. But because I have 3 other platforms, it's fine. So, but yeah, I've definitely, I'm higher than I did last year for sure. And I think I will have hit my goal, but we'll see.
I'm not sure exactly. I know we'll definitely pop in and give you guys numbers probably after the January and give you our yearly numbers, and we'll probably do a breakdown.
I think my goal was, because like last year I had just barely hit, I think I did like 101,000 gross. And I believe that I had set my goal for 130 this year. So we'll see. So I think I hit 115 last year total gross, and my goal was to hit 150, and I think I hit 150. I think I actually just hit 150. So, I mean, and all I did, my added expense was that I do have my lister this year, but I've always had a lister. This year, she's just been a more steady expense, but that's absolutely what helped me get to that goal as well. So, I'm not sure. I think I hit my goal. I mean, between the two of us, we definitely did close to 300,000 this year. Yeah.
Let's see. Dahlia LaFleur, do you ever delete and donate items you haven't sold or items you regret buying? Yes.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I haven't really a lot, but we're talking about, she's talking about getting like storage space and stuff like that. I actually still have room to grow. And with that in mind, I also have room where if I did go through and finally do some sort of inventory of like, say, all my t-shirts, I'm sure I could cull out quite a bit, and stuff that I would never buy now. And I would never bother like waste my time on based on my own model that I use. So I definitely could. I just haven't taken the time to do it yet. And I definitely still have stuff I could go through. She has done it based on necessity because she has a problem with space. And so I know last year I took down about 300 items about 18 months ago, 300 to 400 items, and donated them. I haven't done it since, but maybe I will. I mean, I don't know.
people talking about getting some small warehouse space. There's plenty of it here around Vegas. I am just super set in my ways. And of course, I don't want to have an added expense. Now, can I afford the added expense? Yes. For me, it's more about not the expense as much as it is about the convenience. Having my merchandise off site is a pain in the ass.
Now, I will say
having to leave the house to drive to pick up items every day, or having my merchandise split between my home and outside of my home is a pain in the ass. So that is the only reason that I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Which is just funny because if we had normal jobs, we would have to leave usually to go be at our job every day, right? So we have the luxury of
before I had this as my normal job, I worked from home.
But still, compared to a lot of people, we have the luxury of we are just home every day. And the reality is the storage unit we do have right now, where we just mainly keep our personal stuff, like Christmas stuff and like some packaging and shipping stuff.
Extra cases of eBay boxes.
It's literally 7 minutes away. Like maybe 6 minutes away, because I always listen to music when I go there, and it's like maybe I'm lucky if I can get through a song and a half.
I wouldn't keep it there unless I could get a second unit.
No, but that's my whole point.
Yeah.
Is that the storage facility that we already use, that were we to get more space there, get a second unit, it's literally 6 to 7 minutes away. So it really is probably the most likely solution because of how you're growing, and you're just going to have to handle it. And deal with it.
I don't want to.
You can go get yourself a coffee every day. But
I'll have to actually shower and put on real clothes to leave the house.
You bathe every day. Southern Blue Skies says, what do you guys do to stay motivated? I'm trying to gear up and do 2021 and grow. Here's what I will say, guys. And I've talked about this before.
That's how I stay motivated.
This is what I have to say about it. And I talk about this all the time. It's all about building habits and having routines and actually setting a schedule for yourself. So if you were going to be serious about being a reseller, and this is what you do want to do for your business,
it's just too sweet.
I get that it's nice to have the flexibility, and it's nice to be like, oh, I'm my own boss. I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want. The reality is you want to have some sort of schedule or routine, because when you have a routine and you have that habit, it makes it hard to not do the stuff that you know you're supposed to do. Like for me, I've been shipping every single day except for Saturdays and Sundays for 5 freaking years. It would feel weird to not do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, so having a routine of being like, okay, I have to do this on this day, or I have to do this much on this day, or I have to do this by the end of this week. Having those goals, having routine, having stability, and something that is ingrained in you. Because could you, don't you think that keeps you motivated, whether you are actually motivated or not? Because you have times when you're
I have to say that this month for me, and I said this on another show, but in case you didn't see it, this month for me, I decided specifically to not source a lot, to not force myself to list 25 to 30 things a day, to take my time doing a few hours of work a day, get my shipping out, because in general, December stresses the shit out of me. So with the added stress of it being busier than usual, I was like, I'm not going to stress myself out. So I didn't source anything new until this week.
And then that'd be the biggest buyout ever.
Buyout I've done in 10 years.
Tomorrow we will be posting a video. I just have to do, I'm the one actually doing it, but I have to edit it and stuff. Video of the buyout that Victoria just did, and you'll get to see some of the cool stuff that she got. But the question, we know you made a conscious decision to dial things back. We're asking, how do you stay motivated and get the shit done?
Well, the way I stay,
time of year.
Money. I really, that's really what it is I stay motivated because I always have a financial goal that I'm trying to reach. And if it's not a financial goal, it's a numbers goal as far as the number of listings I'm trying to get listed. And the other thing about that is, because I don't like to have unlisted inventory in the house taking up space in our personal lives, because it makes me anxious. I don't like having clutter. I don't like having death piles, and I will not put inventory away until it's listed. That's my big rule. I've had that rule since I started selling. Do not put it away out of sight, out of mind. If you put it away and it's not listed, you will never get to it, and you forget you have it. And that way, that's how your death piles grow. Because if you don't have it in front of your face, tripping over it, you're going to not list it, because you're just going to be like, oh, I can't even see it. I'll go buy some more. I feel like going sourcing today. You don't feel like going sourcing if you're tripping over piles of shit in your office. So that's how I keep myself motivated, because I'm always constantly trying to make my office neat and clean and everything put away. And I never quite get there, but it gets closer and closer. So for me, that's how I motivate myself. A lot of people talking about, like, I do think I could work out of an office space. I don't think I could work out of another storage unit place. I think I would need to get some type of warehouse space or office space that's climate controlled, where I could set up a photography area, that type of thing. And you too, so that we could get it all out of the house, and then we could go, okay, you're like, Wednesday, I'm going to go take pictures today. I'll see you in a few hours.
Yeah. I mean,
that would help both of us, I think.
I like being at home in my pajamas. So, but I mean, I think money definitely motivates me for sure. I just think that everybody wants to make money, but there's some people who get their shit done. There's some people who don't. And I think a lot of that just has to do with, whether you're feeling it or not. For the most part, sure, take a day off every now and then if you need to. But for the most part, it's about you are your own boss. Like, you look at yourself as if you're the employee. Would you get a raise or a promotion, or would you probably get fired? Like, you have to kind of force yourself through it. 'Cause some days you're just not motivated. Other than every now and then taking time off when you just need to relax, you still have to get your work done. So,
Treasure Box Lid, buy the house next door. I know a few people that have done it. It makes a lot of sense, but no, it wouldn't be a bad deal.
But yeah, it's about having that routine, though. It's important.
We got Brian in here.
Mr. Buys a Lot said, someone say we're going streaking. Well, that was early. We already did our streaking for the day. Sorry.
You missed it.
You missed it. But no pants. And when I say no pants, I mean no pants with restrictive waistbands. Okay, because I'm wearing my pajama pants. But those are just blankets for my legs, giving me sweet, soft flannel hugs. Okay. So
you're so funny.
Yeah. But appreciate the $10 super chat.
Thanks, Brian.
By the way, Brian's been doing lots of auctions.
Lots of live auctions on his channel, and also teaming up with T on Auctions for You. So I think you should subscribe to both channels. If you're somebody that is a reseller that likes to buy from auctions from other resellers, he has a huge variety of stuff. He's got like 2 warehouses full of crap. I mean, wonderful stuff. And I actually bought 3 or 4 lots from him last weekend that I saw that went in the mail the last couple of days. So yeah, I mean, I would love to get myself situated in another area. It's probably going to happen this year. I'm just not quite ready to bite the bullet yet. We kept trying to. I gave up one of the spare bedrooms in order to have Katy move some of her stuff into that room so that I could have more of the garage.
Need 2 spare bedrooms so that once a year, maybe you can have 2 people or 2 couples stay in your house. It's a waste of space when space comes at a premium. And we did it for you. So you didn't give it up to that. You didn't give it up to me.
I said I gave it up to your stuff to free up more space in the garage for my stuff.
And what happened a few weeks ago?
It's full again.
No, what happened a few weeks ago?
You moved more.
I moved all of my bins up here, but I still have my whole wall of hanging jackets, and there's like 3 sections, and I freed up almost all of one of my 3 double sections to you. So you're encroaching on my shit, man.
I am.
Yeah, but one of these days you're probably going to have to do you're going to have to do the storage unit.
I'm going to have to move out.
Sorry.
She's telling me I have to move out of my own house.
No, you're going to need to do it to get more space. If you want,
we're going to have like 2 photography setups, because she's not going to want to go take pictures at the warehouse. But I'd love to get the photography out of our living room. So it will probably happen at some point. I'm just not ready yet. I'm going to milk it as long as I can. I was hoping to have a bang up 4th quarter and get rid of a good 500 or so items, chunk out. And I have had a good last 30 days, a very, very good last 30 days. But the October and November were not as good as I had anticipated or hoped for. So I didn't clear out quite as much as I'd hoped to.
See, the thing is, if you got warehouse space to put a lot of your inventory in, then we could free up space to put the photography stuff away in between photography sessions, so it didn't have to live in the living room. But I don't want to go anywhere else to take my pictures, because that seems silly when all my stuff is here. Just saying. Just saying, guys.
She doesn't want it to inconvenience her, but it's okay.
No. You were the one using up an entire 2-car garage. So there you go. By the way, we're going to be doing a Christmas movie night in a couple of nights, and I just wanted to share my awesome movie that I'm forcing Vikki to watch, and she's going to hate every second of it. But I don't know if anyone has seen this movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night, a fantastic Christmas romp.
Our friend Danielle, or Dynasty Sinners, when she's in the chat, she's not tonight, but Danielle and her boyfriend, Galam Babe, or Adrian, are coming over for dinner and a movie next week. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
So Lori wants to know any speculation on one, when the Postal Service will return to normal, and two, what you think post-Christmas January sales on eBay will be like, since we haven't had a normal or great Q4 on eBay. It's hard to say about the Postal Service with COVID.
Who the heck knows?
The thing is, there's so many things combined right now. There are postal workers that are out sick. There are more people at home and shipping stuff. There's all kinds of reasons why the Postal Service is like so overwhelmed right now. And as far as sales go, there's a bunch of reasons for that as well. People not making as much money, people's unemployment ending, people not knowing when they're going to have more money coming in. And right now, not to get into politics at all, but right now, Congress is in the process of working on another stimulus. And there's been talk about adding on to doing the unemployment benefits again, only doing $300 a week instead of $600 a week. There's talk about doing direct stimulus checks of $600 per person, maybe $1,200 per person. All of those things will make a difference, because a lot of people, if they get direct payments, not everybody's out of work right now. Not everybody is needing to figure out how to pay their rent. Some people are, a lot of people are, but not everybody is. And if somebody gets an extra $600, bam, they go buy some shit on eBay. So,
stimulus works. It stimulates the economy. That's what's there.
That's the whole, that's what's great.
Let's see what's on the Christmas dinner menu. Well, I think we're decided we are going to have Christmas dinner with our best friends, and we'll probably place an order from a local restaurant. That's the plan. We don't have any family here, and my daughter is not flying in this year. We're not visiting with family, COVID. We're not getting on planes. My daughter doesn't want to get on a plane. So it's just us. So, and our best friends are, right 30 minutes away. So we're probably going to go to their house so that we can do, a Christmas gift exchange and hang out and try not to have a depressing Christmas day. So we'll do some kind of
I don't think it'll be depressing.
We're not cooking. I'm not cooking.
We already did Thanksgiving, so I'm just enjoying Jacob quoting Silent Night, Deadly Night.
So Treasure Boxland says she's like, her partner is like me, no horror. I love horror movies. I do not like bad B and D horror movies. Then that's Katie's. Katie loves the cheesier the better. I
like all of it.
The more
though.
cult like the better. She likes all that. Kind of stuff.
Okay, here's the thing. Vikki's very specific.
She has to correct me.
Well, because I can't
make one fucking statement without it being correct.
Because we're talking about my taste in movies, and I'm very passionate about movies. And so Vikki has a very specific taste. She likes more realistic, real horror that's scary or interesting or thrilling. I love that as well. I also love really, really good horror. But I also have a deep appreciation for cult classics and more campy, cheesy horror stuff. So it's like I like both. I have an appreciation for both, and that's the stuff that she's like, no thanks, no thanks.
Yeah, Greg's like, I like selling cult movies, just don't watch them. I like some, but for me it's like the cheesy. I'm like, meh, it bores me. Like the gratuitous, just slasher stuff. I like for it to have a halfway decent plot, or if not, at least if it's campy funny. I don't know. I can't really peg it down to a specific, but I do like horror movies. Yeah. It's just I like kind of specific ones, if that
very
makes sense.
Specific, because it's actually really, really hard to figure out what she's going to like or not like, similar to any kinds of beers or beverages.
Yeah, this actually tastes pretty good, but it's super sweet.
Very sweet. So like, for instance, she really likes the Saw franchise, like those movies. And those movies, like, I think they're okay. To me, they're a little bit more just gore, and Grizz is being very naughty. To me, they're more, for the most part, like gratuitous gore, which is okay, but they aren't necessarily that great. So it's just hard to say. Grizz, shut your yap. Did it work?
Maybe. So Alexis is being cheeky and asked, I haven't started Christmas shopping yet. I plan to start looking online Monday. Will my packages arrive on time? No, they will not, Alexis. You jerk. But please make sure that you message your seller 5 times a day and get increasingly more irate and accusatory every message.
I had a guy
appreciate that.
So I have a shirt that I sent. I mean, to be fair, it's been well over 2 weeks since I sent this t-shirt, right? And so it was sent out and it did the thing where it got scanned a couple of times and then it just went to arriving late. And then that's all it is for like 2 weeks straight. So this guy messaged me and he's like, hey, do you know what the deal is with this? Like, it's been 14 days or 15 days, no movement. What's the deal? Can you give me an update? So I responded and I was like, sorry, USPS is really behind. It's a combination of the holidays and the pandemic and people being out sick and lots of people shipping things. I go, everybody's seeing these delays. I'm really sorry. But if you're just patient, everything should come through eventually. It just kind of is a bummer, blah, blah. So then yesterday, it's like the next day, today, I think. Today, I get a message from him. He's like, what? You're not even going to answer? It's been 17 days and you're not even going to answer me? And I respond back and I'm like, I'm sorry. I did answer you yesterday. And then I said, I like copied and pasted like exactly what I'd written. And then he replied back right away. He said, sorry, that was my wife. So I don't know if like he was bitching about it. And then she was like, I'm going to go on and give them a piece of my mind. But it was ridiculous. So, yeah. All right. What else we got for questions, people?
Yeah, I think people are going to start. So Susan asked, go back up a second. Susan Wares asked, do you ever go out to Red Rock and just get outside and walk around? Yeah, we have for sure. Last weekend, 2 weekends ago, we went 2 weekends ago. We went to Valley of Fire with our friends and went out in their Jeep and we decided to go walking around and do a little, not hiking. We did
some major hiking off road.
We did a little rock climbing.
We were 2 feet off of the main road. So.
But yeah, it's beautiful this time of year. Red Rock is not somewhere you want to go in the summer necessarily unless you stay in your car. But Red Rock is nice, but Valley of Fire is much nicer than Red Rock. It's just a little bit farther. Valley of Fire is about 90 minutes for us. And Red Rock is about 45 minutes, but it's well worth the extra drive. As a matter of fact, I think we've been talking about we might borrow a friend's camper and maybe the 4 of us go camping in Valley of Fire.
Yeah,
in the next couple months.
Yeah, you see, Jake likes gore camp, but stuff that really scares him is the torture horror.
Hostel. Yes, I loved that movie and hated it at the same time.
Yeah. See, so like one of my favorite movies, one of the movies I really liked a lot was High Tension, or was it Hot Tension? How you spell it? H-A-U-T. Hout Tension. I thought that movie was so good, and it lived up to its name. It was very like tense moments, very gory. Probably, I would say even more so than Hostel. It was like probably the most explicitly gory, just made you super uncomfortable. But I will say the end I thought the end was terrible, but everything up until the ending and how they like the reveal they have at the end, they tried to do a little M. Night Shyamalan thing. That movie was probably the most successful, I think.
I see a couple of you camping. We're talking camping in $40,000 trailers and campers. That's the kind of camping that I do. It's like a hotel room on wheels.
Yeah,
full bathroom, electricity, air conditioning, heat, a kitchen, flat screen TV. Yeah, that's the kind of camping I do. I'm not camping in a freaking tent on the ground. What do you guys think I'm a savage?
All right.
No.
Strawberry Lemonade would like to know what your strategy is now with Poshmark. Do you list it at the same price as eBay?
Here I do have a strategy. I list everything first on eBay and then I cross-post it out to all of my other platforms. When I list it on eBay, it is at my highest price. So it stays that price to go to Etsy, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, and Poshmark. Those 4 platforms all have my highest price. So because Poshmark is all about offers and people lowballing you, I always keep it at my highest price to start, and then I accept offers or send out offers. eBay, I put my stuff on sale. I don't put my stuff on sale anywhere else, but I do negotiate and do offers. So when something sells on Etsy and it hasn't been someone sending me a message or an occasional sale that I put on Etsy, like right now I have a sale on Etsy and I don't need to put sales on Etsy. So almost all the time, any sale on Etsy is probably my highest priced item. Poshmark, I have finally figured out Poshmark, I think, for me. And Poshmark for me is where I do my best sales when my items are older and I'm sending out aggressive offers. I'm talking like 50% off. That seems to be I very rarely get a full price sale. It's like a unicorn on Poshmark. Occasionally you get them. So that's the way it works. So my Poshmark is at my highest price, like my eBay price, and then I negotiate down from there.
Derek says, who camps in a cave or in a tent? You got to sleep in the cave and probably eat possum or something like that.
No. No.
So speaking of Etsy, here's Allison says, I love the Etsy. Speaking of Etsy, today for the first time, because I got some email, it was like, hey, you should try this from Etsy. I set up a birthday coupon. Or not birthday. Why did I say that? A thank you. Not a birthday coupon. A thank you coupon.
Where the hell did you get birthday?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I have no idea. A thank you coupon. So basically, somebody buys from you, and after the sale is complete, it sends them an email and gives them a coupon for whatever percentage off you choose. So I'm always running a 10% off sale. And so now I'm doing, I'll be automatically sending out thank you emails with a 10% off thing to try and get people to come back and buy more. So we'll see if that works at all. If it does anything. So
Brian asked you a question right above. Mr. Buys a Lot.
All right. Question. Are you still selling on Virtual Flea with Chris? I have 300 concert shirts I should send you. Listen, I have not done Virtual Flea. First of all, it's like I have to either try and ask for a spot, but for the most part, it's really all about you have to enter a lottery and try and get a raffle place every month. But there's so many sellers trying for it that it's tough to get a spot. So I just haven't tried in a little while because I needed to kind of get caught up on my regular stores. And it is a lot of work because when you do the Virtual Flea, I make really, really good money on a lot of the stuff that I sell, and a lot of the t-shirts I can sell for $70, $100 even, just isn't stuff that necessarily will sell to that audience. And so it's a lot of extra work to come up with 60, 70, 80 t-shirts to show in an hour set.
That are targeted to that audience.
Exactly. It takes a lot of work. So I'm not done doing it at all. I just need to, I probably do to go hit Chris up and see if he'll take me. But speaking of those concert shirts, Mr. Buys a Lot, I don't have time to go and watch your auctions personally. But listen, hit me up. Or I will reach out to you because I would be down to actually do a big bulk buy of the vintage stuff that you have. And it'll probably end up being more than what you would get auctioning it.
That's true. So, and we talked about this. I know that Crystal and I have talked. I know that you reached out to Crystal, Rosie's Closet, who is my lister. And she and I talked about doing some bulk buys from you on the women's vintage clothing. And we'll be in touch.
Yeah.
So I know that you don't want to have to auction every single piece off.
Well, the reality is I do pay up because with the way my model is, if it's stuff that I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to sell the pieces I sell for. And so I'm willing to pay for them. It's not a crapshoot. So I'm not looking to get everything for $1 a piece. I'm going to pay what they're worth and still have room for me to make money. So we'll talk.
So we're going to have a video that's going to go up tomorrow. I think we talked about it a little bit. I did my biggest bulk purchase that I've probably done in 10 years. The last time I took on this much inventory at one time was about 10 years ago, and I bought out a toy store. This looks very similar. It was not a toy store. It was a hoarder's estate. And it was, but I focused on 3 categories within this hoarder's estate. So yeah, it was, it's a challenge. Let's put it this way. It's a damn good thing Christmas has been canceled because right now I would not let anybody in my house. That's all I have to say. Thankfully, you all saw how beautiful the Christmas decorations looked a few weeks ago when I posted all the pictures online. And right now I have inventory that makes me all over the place. It looks like we're hoarders.
Yeah. So I ordered, I ordered Instacart, the grocery store the other day. And I was bringing the stuff inside and the door was left open for 2 seconds. And she's like, I told you not to leave the door open. I told you not to leave the door open. Because she's terrified that somebody's going to walk by and look and see through the open door and be like, good God, what are these people doing with their lives?
Yeah, it's rough. But we did a video, and I took a little bit of footage at the sale and part of what it looks like. And yeah, you'll see. And of course, I'll show you some highlights on Sunday in our live haul. But yeah, it's going to take a long time for me to get through this for sure.
So Candace is asking about a compilation video because I had posted something in Boss about people's favorite moments from the show. That's still a secret project I'm working on, but I will let you know.
You can give a little hint.
I will let you know when I'm done with it. What's going on with it? But no, I cannot give a little hint. No. Anyway, guys, any other questions?
Athena says she has a customer demanding I deliver his item forthwith.
I mean, it shows delivered, but he won't listen. Oh, that's tough too. That's a tough one. She's going through an issue with a blanket right now that showed delivered, but then it was being forwarded, but then it said it was misdelivered, but then it's who knows. But the case was closed in your favor. But
it's a $300 blanket, Pendleton blanket that went to Ohio. It showed delivered, and then he opened a case because he said that he didn't get it. But it went from delivered to forwarded after it was delivered, which is not the seller's responsibility. If a buyer chooses to forward because the address was incorrect or they wanted it sent to a different address, that's not the seller's responsibility. It was sent to the address and it was shown as delivered and marked as delivered. So I called eBay concierge and they closed it and released the funds for me. And then he gave me a terrible negative feedback, which they're supposed to remove, but they have not removed. So that's annoying to me right now. Ruined my 100% feedback, asshole. And he's sending me messages about how he doesn't believe I ever even shipped it. I'm like, yes, I created an entire fake tracking through USPS for an item that I never sent to you. My 14,000 feedbacks that are all positive were a farce for me to steal the blanket from you.
I mean, one of the things that sucks about, I don't know what it is, when you look at the tracking in the eBay app or on the eBay page, when you look at the tracking history, it doesn't quite match up with if you go look at it on the actual USPS site. And it's really annoying because you create the label and it'll say label is created. And then it'll say, for us, USPS picked it up. And so it shows it was picked up. And then it'll say it was processed through the Las Vegas, the post office. Mm-hmm. And then it shows all the timestamps. And then all of a sudden, the next timestamp, which is a later timestamp, will say label made and information sent to the post office. It's a weird
going backwards
glitch, and it makes it look like you never sent it, even though it does show that it was picked up. It's just weird. So I could see somebody who doesn't know anything about how it works would be like, well, why are they just saying that they made a label?
So I saw you've asked this a couple of times. Do you sell hard goods on Posh? Yes, I don't sell a lot of hard goods on Posh. I do know that they accept them. Basically, I'll sell every once in a while. I list some household goods there. I do list my linens or blankets and sheets on Posh. And I have a few lamps on there, some small items. So you want to keep it under 6 pounds. So there's only so many hard goods that I sell that would be efficient, would be acceptable for Posh. So yes, I do list some things on Posh. I will say when I do take the time to list things like linens, they do sell. Even plush. I do list some plush every once in a while on there, and they do sell.
Allison, for the fourth or fifth time, where's my blanket? That's like a meta double callback. That's pretty good.
That was good.
That's pretty good. So Mr. Braslett says he says that he's got 30 missing packages.
I have not looked, Brian, to be honest with you.
I refuse to look.
I looked the other day, and it looked like my stuff was delivered all the way up through the 10th. I didn't have anything older than the 10th. So and that was the other day. So I'm thinking that's not too bad. And I know that it's much worse in other parts of the country. I will say that one of the other things that we're really fortunate about is our mail lady is fantastic. She picks up every day and scans every single item at our door before not even a scan sheet, individual scans before she puts it in the truck. So we will always have at least that initial scan. And I thank God for that. I know that not everybody is that fortunate. We tip her well, and she knows that she's very appreciated. There was another question I saw here. If you scroll back up a little bit, babe.
Yes, yes, yes,
Mm,
yes,
I
yes.
lost it. I lost it.
What's the question?
I don't remember. I lost it.
Oh, you're terrible. You're horrible. You're terrible, Muriel.
I know.
Anyway, guys, any other questions? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah, I would say, like, personally, like, I see all these people saying, like,
Allison says she's
how many items they have missing or that are late, and it's like, my advice would be just don't look. Don't worry about it until somebody contacts you and asks you about it.
Liz, come on, man. We say that all the time.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Anyway, yeah, it's tough, but you just gotta not pay attention to it. But and speaking of giving our mail lady, we gave her a tip, and giving your postal worker gifts. We've seen lots and lots of posts about it, and there's always the people who are sticking to the policy, and they share over and over again about how there's a limit to how much you can give them and how much they can accept, whatever. The point is,
it's a very old policy, first of all.
And nobody's like tackling them and saying, what were you given today? Let me see what's in that envelope.
Nobody's saying empty your pockets.
Right. So if you have a postal worker who picks up at your house, or the postal workers that you see when you go and drop off at the post office who you think are doing a great job, please make sure that you do something to show that you appreciate them. Because honestly, like, we know, and especially when we see stories about what other people deal with, because maybe they have a postal worker who's not doing their job. They
like our friend Barbara, whose postal worker won't even bring her packages when she delivers them. She leaves a mail a thing for her to pick them up.
But they are essential to your businesses, and having one that you can rely on, that you know is going to do a good job, they're an essential part of your business, and you need to be showing them that you appreciate them. Whether that means giving them a gift card somewhere, giving them cold hard cash in an envelope, whatever it is, please make sure that you're showing them your respect and your gratitude, because honestly, especially this year,
if you can afford to do it, then please do. They are
but even if it's giving them some candy, I mean, even if you go out and spend $5 on some treats, like, it doesn't take much.
This is true.
Just showing them that you care, that you appreciate them. And even if it's just a card that doesn't have any money in it, and it's just a card with a note in it that tells them how much you appreciate them, even that, I bet, would be something that would make them feel good. Allison says she left oatmeal raisin cookies for a postal worker 2 days ago. They're still there.
You sure?
Don't do that.
You sure you didn't send him that canned crazy salmon crap? What was that?
Rude.
Stuff that you sent
she
him?
made that. You're so rude.
You thought it was good?
No, inappropriate. You were so rude.
I'm sorry. It was skeevy me. Sorry, Allison.
Allison,
I love you dearly.
Apologize for the insults. She gets presents from you for Christmas, and now that she's got the goods in her hands, she's going to insult you. Allison did send us amazing.
That was a couple years ago.
Canned smoked salmon, and it was delicious.
Adele asked, what was the one action that changed low sales to better sales on Posh? So for me, it was just about getting with the program and making sure that I sent out offers once or twice a day, making sure that my stuff, my closet is being shared at least once a day, that kind of thing. And I do have a virtual assistant that does the sharing for me. Making consistency. That's really it, consistency.
And also, like what you were saying about, you're focusing more on doing those big discounts, aggressive, in your face discounts.
It's true.
It's what they like. So
now, yes, if I was Allison's postal carrier, I would have shoved those oatmeal raisin cookies in my pockets.
Allison, I appreciate your salmon. Vicky thinks that like 2 years
I don't like
later,
salmon in general.
Vicky thinks 2 years later it's okay to shit all over your salmon. It was delicious, and we appreciate it. And I'm not really sure why she decided today was the day that she was going to cause you so much pain. I don't know, Allison, but personally, if I were you, I would be hurt as well. I would be hurt as well. I totally understand it. Jeez.
Is the drink beer-ish at all?
Okay, so I'm actually drinking beer right now. I'm drinking a Pilsner. It's
a coffee drink that has booze in it.
If you've ever had
like the Starbucks
Starbucks coffee, canned coffee, and it's sweet. So if you like sweet iced coffee, it absolutely just tastes like sweet iced coffee. It does not taste like alcohol at all.
No, it doesn't. It's
but
just it's super
very
sweet.
So, anywho,
it is sweet. It has like a little chocolatey taste to it.
It's good.
But it is very sweet. It doesn't taste like booze, which I'm a weenie, so I like champagne, cheap beer, and like Truly or White Claw. I'm such a basic white bitch. I like those, but like I'm very weak when it comes to booze. I don't like anything that tastes like booze. I'm such a weenie. Like I'm not a good drinker. I will occasionally imbibe in a good tiki drink at a good tiki bar, but I'm a one and done.
What's the champagne that you like? It's the
cheap, brut, dry champagne.
Prosecco.
Oh, and Prosecco.
Prosecco.
Yeah.
We went to like maybe a year or so ago.
Danny says White Claw all the way. Hey, listen, I can embrace the fact that I am basic and I'm okay with that.
We went to, so it was like over a year ago now. We went to a brunch buffet at one of the casinos, and it was really good. But they had it was like you paid like a little bit extra, and it was bottomless mimosas.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. They had Prosecco on tap. And this one over here, she was just like, she wanted to like go up there and be like, and like, just pour that into her mouth. But it was very exciting for her. Very, very exciting.
And what was the time when we went? I mean, bottomless mimosas is a thing for brunch, right? So we did that once. It's been a year. We don't go anywhere anymore. We did brunch with a bunch of friends, 10 of us. We went and did music bingo for brunch.
Oh, that was fun.
And I'm pretty sure I got hammered on mimosas.
She drank a lot of mimosas, and then, which seriously, normally for her, when she like drinks, it's literally 1.5 drinks. And if she gets real wild and crazy, it's like 2.5 drinks. And so we went and did this. It was music bingo brunch. It was a Saturday. They had bottomless mimosas, and she actually had probably like 4 or 5. And it really just meant that she was super giggly and
came home and took a nap.
And then she came home and was immediately like, and then like a couple hours later,
no hangover. I came home. I took 2 Excedrin migraine and took a nap. And
and then she was totally fine. So it was really nothing. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a really big drinker. Yeah, and you know what? Oh, Scott's in here, bearded picker. 2020 does suck. I can say that it has been very good for me business-wise. And Katie and I have had a good year business-wise, but socially it's been terrible, obviously. Not to mention all of our friends and people we know that have been sick and have had the COVID.
Not being able to see our families.
But not being able to see our friends and family has been difficult. Not being able to, I'm a hugger. So Katie, not as much as I am, but I am definitely a hugger.
I like hugs.
And I'm a very social person. And it's been very hard on me to not like hug my people.
Yeah.
So
I will say though that we need to acknowledge the fact, and I know you already did, but that we have been very, very lucky. And we know there are other people who this year has been so much harder. And, we haven't had to worry about how we're going to pay our bills. We haven't had to worry about how we're going to get, our rent paid. So we have been extremely lucky. We haven't lost anyone that we're close to yet anyway. So we've been extremely lucky, but it has been really hard, like not being able to see our families and losing out on a lot of social aspects. Cause I'm a very introverted, to be honest, when it comes to social stuff, I'm actually very introverted and would rather be at home than go anywhere. But still it has been hard not being able to see my people.
Yeah, and Scott said financially it's been good for him, recovered from the debt of Joni, his wife's breast cancer fight, but socially, which is fantastic. I mean, that's
absolutely that's
same
really
here.
awesome.
I was able to pay off a lot of debt personally as well, and and I understand that part of it has been great, paying off some debt and putting away some money. That's always a good thing. But socially, it's been tough. Thankfully, I think like Scott, like him and his wife, they have a real strong, good relationship. So I think it's great to be, stuck with your favorite person all the time. But on the other hand, it's important to have the social outlet. And this is why part of the reason why we do our YouTube channel, this is our social outlet. We have some local friends that we've spent a lot of time with this year and gotten closer with, but I haven't seen my family. I haven't seen my daughter in a year. We haven't seen Katie's family in a year.
I want to see my grandma.
We haven't seen Katie's family in
my
over a
grandma
year.
gets the vaccine soon. So sometime the next, I don't know, however many number of months, I really want to be able to see her.
Right.
She's 93, so
we're hoping that
really
grandma and Katie's parents and my parents are they're all elderly. So let's get them vaccinated up at the very least. We're less worried about ourselves than we are about them. So hopefully they get all vaccinated, and then we can go visit them. And that's okay. And if God forbid something happens and one of us gets sick on a plane or something like that, then we're probably okay. But I don't want to be responsible for killing grandma. And we've said that over and over again. We won't go visit our family because they're the ones that are in danger, not because we're afraid of something. I don't want to get anybody sick. For sure. So,
and Allison, I
Katie
told you it's her.
Salmon.
It's her. And by the way,
an ungrateful biatch.
Here's another thing. I wanted to make an announcement because I think it's really important that everybody know and congratulate Allison on their new little baby pig that they're getting.
Oh, they're gonna get. Yeah, did she get the pig
they're
too?
Gonna get. Well, I think they're still working on the logistics, but I'm going to announce here.
It's not big enough to have the dog the size of a house.
I'm going to announce here that it's official. They're getting the cutest little black and white pig. It's official. It's because it's now being said live on our channel.
Oh boy.
It has to happen, and it's official, right, Allison?
No.
You're getting the pig.
I hope Casey's not watching this. Allison is real close to having an Alaskan farm.
That's true.
So we I mean, I was very fortunate in the fact that I actually went home to Rhode Island for a wedding in the middle of February. So
literally a month before lockdown for us.
3 weeks before the lockdown, I was home in Rhode Island, and right as we were just starting to hear and be concerned about the Rona. So I was able to see my family and able to see my friends in February. So I was very lucky. It was just a long weekend, but it was just enough. And I actually went alone. Katie didn't come with me because we knew that we were going to be going back in October for 10 days. And that did not happen. So anyway, as the families get older, we all live far from our families. This is part of the reason why we like to travel as much as we do. We visit our friends, we visit our family a lot. And this has been a rough year for that. I have to say, I've had a few meltdowns. I had a little meltdown about Christmas. We do a very big open house Christmas Eve. I've been doing it every year since I've lived here. And we usually have 40 to 50 people here. That's been canceled. Obviously, I mean, that's not a very responsible thing to do. It's not because it's not allowed. It's because it's not responsible for me to have 50 people in my house breathing on each other.
Well, and it's really coming through the Las Vegas area pretty strong right now. Like we've had quite a long list of friends that have been diagnosed very recently. And with Dana being super sick right now, it's like that just like makes it even more real. Sorry. It makes it even more real to think like even just making a friend of ours that sick.
I would never want to do that. And then I decided I was going to scale it back a lot, and just do a small dinner for our 4 couple friends that we've kind of hung out with through this whole mess that are local here. And 2 of the 4 couples got the Rona. So that was supposed to be this weekend. And I was like, well, forget it, scrapping that. So no Christmas, just us.
Yeah, and it's really bad in LA too.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in the California area, both northern and southern California, and I know that the ICUs are 0 capacity in some counties. So, I just want people to be careful, and I truly understand. I'm not saying hide in your basement as there is a happy middle ground there somewhere.
Yeah, you
can still see your friends here and there and try to live a normal life, go outside, get some air, get some exercise, but just be careful. It's about being careful, about being responsible.
Yep. All right, guys, man, we've already been on for an hour and a half. Anybody else have any other questions?
Scott, you snuck through Rhode Island in July. What? They let you in and out. They've had like a 2-week quarantine in place since March, for frig's sake.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any other questions you guys have for No Pants Friday After Dark Holiday Edition? I'm surprised Jesus hasn't spoken up again.
I know, really.
I don't even know where he is. He's back there somewhere, and I don't know. Is he suddenly like motion activated? Geez, that was kind of creepy. All right, Mr. Buys a Lot. Now a $10 super chat says that he's going to bed because we're amazing. He says he's going to give me all 300 of his shirts that he has.
It's in writing.
Just kidding. He says
says
we're two of the best on YouTube.
I need to screenshot this. So I'm gonna show this to Casey.
Well, we have this. That this video is gonna live on. But if you want to take a picture of it, you can. Put your phone away. Put your phone away.
I'm gonna take a picture to show Casey.
All right, go ahead.
Probably need to.
Or you're gonna take a video.
Whatever.
You're recording a video. Remember when I said about Grandma over here? Hates Nicki Minaj. Eats oatmeal raisin cookies, can't have more than one drink, can't drink coffee afternoon. What
Horrible
else was
with
there?
technology.
Horrible with technology. There was at least another couple ones in there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Embarrassing.
I do not collect dolls. I sell dolls. Not the Rona.
I don't know. Yeah, Grandma Vikki. Anyway, yeah, you guys definitely need to watch out for the video that I put up tomorrow. Because you will see.
I love baths. Yes,
you will.
Laura,
it's true. She does love a good bath.
I drive slow. Corey,
she does drive slow. It's true. Oh, such a list. Such a list.
All of my friends that know me are here,
Such a list. That's pretty funny.
Chiming in. It's true. I'm a freaking grandma.
How's your night vision?
It's terrible. Get this off the screen.
You're funny. She doesn't play bingo, guys. She does not play bingo.
I do not. I have, but no, I do not regularly play bingo. You guys are funny.
It's pretty funny. It's like today before the show, she was like, and she does this all the time whenever there's a show. I post in the boss group, and she'll be like, "Can you post that publicly on your page so I can share it?" And I finally tonight I was like, you can just copy and paste what I wrote and post it yourself. Like, you don't need it. She finally figured it out. I'm like, you don't need me to do it for you in order to make it happen. But
I need my light cardigan and
Grandma's
weather.
What are you gonna do? Does she nap in the afternoon? Usually not. Actually,
no, I'm not a big
napper. She's not a big napper. But she does fall asleep first, generally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. We need to make a whole list now of
Apparently, I'm a 45-year-old granny.
We'll do a whole list. It'll be like,
hey, listen, I have a
Vikki or 80-year-old grandma.
I have a 28-year-old, almost 28-year-old daughter. I absolutely could be a grandma many times over. I am not, but I could be. Jacob wants to know: is there a dish of hard candy stuck together on a family room table? Ribbon candy.
It's like the candy that, who knows where that's even bought at, but somehow Grandma gets her
check
hands
her
on
sleeve for a Kleenex. You guys are funny. Thanks for making me laugh.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, any other questions, guys? Hit us up, or we'll have to wrap up the show. If you want to keep this show going, you better ask some questions.
Megan says, "I don't look a day over 35. Your check is in the mail." Hey,
to be fair though, guys, she was very young when she had
I was very young. As Derek says, I know 35-year-old grandmas, so do I. I could have been one. I had my daughter at 17.
Yeah.
But I would be a nana. Adele says Vicky's a nana. I would be a nana. So when I do have a grandchild, I will be a nana or a meme. I'm French, so it depends. It all depends on what the child, my daughter wants her child to call me eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could be a grandma. I could be a grandma many times over with a 28-year-old child. So I do not have readers, but I need readers. I'm at that point now. I actually need them. I have contacts. I'm blind as a bat, but I am nearsighted. So I need bifocals. Actually,
she does. I'll hold my phone up to her to show her something, and it'll be like this far away, and she'll be like, "Don't put it so close to my face! Don't put it so close to my." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Let me." Okay, now will you look?
Now I can read it.
Why is it so close to my face? Excuse me. Let me leave the room and show it to you from the hallway.
Derek, you're the one that comes from a place where they call people mama. They don't do that in Rhode Island.
Or mama. Is he saying mama or mama?
There's
a difference. There's a difference.
Barbara says, I turned down the TV to concentrate on reading. I do that too.
How about, do you have to turn down the radio in the car when switching
yes,
drivers?
yes,
I do
I
that
do.
though. I've always done that. It's like I need to not be interrupted in my thoughts, man.
You guys are funny.
Whereas I am very young. I'm only 24 years old.
Katie can compare notes with Casey. Allison's not popping in and making fun of me being old.
Cougars.
Because she's old too.
She is making fun of you. She's saying you're both cougars. Because
Well,
you're far older than me.
oh, please.
Far older.
They do have bifocal contacts. I have heard of them. The last time I went and got my eyes checked, my optometrist did suggest them. He did say my vision wasn't bad enough that I probably needed them yet, but he wanted me to know that they were there. I have a feeling I'd be one of those people that would just trip over the curb all the time. Bifocal contacts. It depends. You have to look up or look straight for it to be the right way. Look down. It makes me nervous.
Yeah. I am nearsighted as well, and my vision, but I have been since I was a kid. Like I've been wearing glasses since, or contacts since I was in middle school. And it progressively gets worse, just like a little bit each time. But your prescription actually got better the last time you went, as far as your nearsightedness.
The last two times.
But then you have the farsighted issue now with needing readers. Which I don't know that I ever will have that, only because she always goes like, well, it'll take time, just so you wait. But the thing is, neither of my parents have that issue as far as I know. So I don't know. We definitely have, need glasses, but.
So Susan asked, what did I say a couple of weeks ago about the clothing vault? I'm not sure. What did I say? The clothing vault is owned by the Amanda and Clara from List Perfectly. That was the name of their vintage store. I don't know what I said a few weeks ago. I bought out their inventory. So I bought the remainder of their physical inventory. That was a couple months ago, though. Still selling it.
Yep. All right, guys. Any other questions? Anything?
Joanne says she's been selling a lot of blankets. Good. I'm glad. Blankets go very well.
You just picked up how many blankets?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, part of my big haul this week was a bunch of, they're quilts. They're handmade quilts. Not really. Some of them are
same
blankets,
thing. They're in the same neighborhood.
They're vintage and antique handmade quilts.
Yeah. Oh, and Marie wants to know, how are your taste buds? Have they decreased in sensitivity?
I think my boy, that goes too. Jesus. Your boobs hit your knees. Your ass hits the back of your legs. You lose your eyesight. You lose your taste buds too. Good God. What good is it not getting old?
Good golly. Good golly.
Oh, and Barb asked 100 times, what do you want from Santa? I don't know. I buy myself anything I want.
Well, what do you want from Santa?
I don't know. I buy myself everything.
Here's the thing. I'm actually a really good gift giver. And I'm one of those people who will listen. And if you are talking, like at some point during the year, talking about something that you wish you had, I will make a mental note so that I can get it later for Christmas. But then it'll be like a month before Christmas and she'll start being like, I want this, I want that. And I'm like, too bad. I already know what I'm getting you. Shut up.
It's true.
Because my whole thing is like, I pride myself on the fact that I actually do listen and pay attention. And it's like, I want to be able to give those gifts and have it be like, oh, I've been wanting this. And not that like you had to tell me 3 weeks before to make sure that I got it for you. So usually I just tell her like, shut up. I'm getting you what I'm getting you and you're going to like it. And I'm actually good at that. I think.
You are a good gift giver. I think we both are.
For sure.
Our first Christmas together, I think I probably bought her like 50 items. I made her open one present a day for the last month before Christmas.
Yeah. I remember you got me some really cool gifts, but there was one gift in particular that I never used and you were very upset about it a year later. And she was like, why didn't you tell me you didn't like it? And I'm like, we had just gotten together and like, what was I supposed to do? Be like, I'm not going to use this. Take it back. which it's actually
But it's still here somewhere in the box. Who knows?
No, it's
She's
right
never
here.
used it.
It's right here. It's this. It's this thing. The what's it called?
Echo.
The Echo.
Well, it's 4 years old now.
I've
3 years
never
old.
used it.
Never
I've
plugged
used
it in. Never used it. I don't even know where the pieces are to it. It's like
I don't know. The box is probably around here somewhere. I don't like this. I don't like the voice command stuff. I don't want to talk to my computer. I don't talk to my phone. I don't do voice to text. I don't like it. But I remember like she got this for me and I was just like, thanks, that's awesome. But you got me a bunch of really cool stuff. And most of it I loved, but I got in big trouble like a year later when you were like, why didn't you tell me?
It's true. I would say, so I'm like Greg, as far as a contemporary Christmas carol, Last Christmas, he says it's his least fave. That is my fave, I think. Last Christmas is one of my favorites. But as far as a traditional Christmas carol, my favorite is, two favorites are Gloria. Gloria in Excelsis Deo.
Gloria.
No.
That one?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
And the other one that I really like is a French Christmas carol called Il est né le divin enfant. So those are my two favorite Christmas carols when you talk about traditional Christmas carols. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to say, I cannot stand Mariah Carey. I cannot stand her as a person. I don't like her music, any of it. But I will say one of my favorite Christmas songs is All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like, it is at the top. Last Christmas is my favorite Christmas song that's contemporary. But that one's probably like up there in my top 5. And then I really like the Kelly Clarkson one. What's the name of it? I can't remember the name of it, but it's really, really good. So,
I mean, my favorite Christmas CD is probably A Very Hairy Christmas, which I don't know, Jen might know. It's just a bunch of hair bands doing Christmas carols.
Inappropriate. I prefer contemporary, like more modern Christmas music, but I do love it. I have a whole list, playlist on my Spotify of just Christmas songs. But it's true stuff. Like I like the newer stuff.
I like Christmas. I have probably 50 Christmas CDs. I did not pop any on. We're going to do it tomorrow though, because, and I know she's got playlists, but I'm going to put some on tomorrow because they're harder to find playlists and stuff. So
Cyndi Lauper and the Hives did an awesome song together called, I think it's like Christmas Revenge or Christmas. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really, really good. I love
Jen, it's the whole album. It's called A Very Hairy Christmas. It's a hair band covers of Christmas songs, like Rock's Gang and Twisted Sister and stuff like that. So,
yeah. All right.
So tomorrow we're wrapping gifts since I haven't wrapped a single gift yet. So after I take Dana's photos, that'll probably take me a few hours, and then wrapping all the presents.
And maybe you'll let me.
I love the Waitress's Christmas song too, Greg. I love that one. That's probably my second favorite contemporary one.
I'm in the middle of measuring the t-shirts. I took pictures of like 140 t-shirts over the last 2 days. I took like, would I say 1,400 pictures altogether in the last 2 days. I'm about halfway through measuring all of them. So you'll probably have to let me finish that up tomorrow morning first thing.
That's while I'm
so that you have space to do your photographing, because everything's
that's
kind of
while
there.
I'm doing the photographing. You can do that.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. So yeah. Ooh, Leslie Gore. I like her. I like her a lot.
I do too.
All right. Should we wrap up the show?
I guess so. Do we see any other?
I just see a lot of chitter chatter. If you guys want to keep going, you got to ask us a question, okay?
Little Miss Kara Cooper. Yes. Happy last night of Hanukkah to all that celebrate for sure.
But yeah, I like that Leah's listening to vinyl. I actually collect vinyl, especially movie soundtracks on vinyl. It's my thing.
Where is Thrift Fever? So I talked to Rick Dorn about a week and a half ago. He's doing good. He's still selling. He just took a social media break.
Yeah. Yep.
He just took a social media break to, focus more on the business aspect and less on the social media stuff. Social media in general has gotten pretty ugly over the last few months. I think we can all agree, between the COVID mask, don't wear a mask, who gives a shit, closures, no closures. and then all the election stuff. I don't, we're not going to get into political discussions on this channel, but the reality is I don't care what side of the fence that you might be on. It has been ugly on social media.
For sure.
And so I can see where a lot of people have taken social media breaks. I just hid people. I hid a lot of people. That's it. So it's gotten, if it's somebody that I think is particularly nasty, then I just hide them.
Yeah.
Because most of the reality is I don't delete people unless they're just nasty people. And I don't really have nasty people in my life. I have people that I don't agree with politically. That doesn't mean they're nasty people. I have people that have different viewpoints and opinions than I do. That doesn't mean that they're wrong. I just, it's all about respect and how you treat each other with respect.
Yeah.
When people start calling people names, that's when I have a problem. So if you're one of the people that calls people names and you haven't seen something from me in a while, then I've probably hidden you.
Hey, it's Binky. It's the Binkster.
Hi, sis.
Binky is my sister. For anyone who doesn't know, she's pretty much the most awesome sister in the world. But I'm glad that she's here to hang out with us. Everybody loves Binky. Binky. That's one thing I hate about 2020 is I do miss my sister. Last year around this time, we flew her out here to hang out for a week, and I want to do that again. But it's harder now because all the kids are learning at home. And, my brother-in-law, he works out of the home, he works away from home. And so it's harder for my sister Binky to get away because she's got to be there to make sure the kids do their schoolwork and stuff like that. So it's a little bit harder.
We miss you, Binky.
But yeah, I miss her a lot. I want to be able to hang out with her.
So LA Grit asks, do you document the exact amount you pay for each item for tax purposes? No, neither one of us do that. We both use the cash accounting method. And what that means is you take your gross sales, and there are two different types of accounting that you can use as a reseller. And there is the inventory individual piece, and you're keeping a running inventory and inventory accumulation and totals that gives you a little bit gives you a better idea of what your actual numbers are. If you're working with replenishables or if you're working with items that depreciate in value, that's probably the best way for you to do it. If you're a reseller that does a lot of thrifting and one-offs and things like that, then the cash method is probably my recommendation. CPAs will let you do both. I've been using the cash method for the entire time I've been a reseller. So I've been doing reselling for 20 years. And basically you take your gross sales on all of your platforms, and then you deduct from there. You deduct your line item. So if I make $10,000 in 1 month and I spent $2,000 on inventory and $500 on shipping, and you drop off your line items like that. So I just take a gross number for inventory cost of goods. I don't do individualized. I have far too many items for me to micromanage. Did I pay $3.27 for that one item, or did I pay $6.10?
I'm too lazy to keep track of that kind of shit.
And I understand some people like the spreadsheets. They like to know exact numbers. I know Teresa's one of those people. That's not how I do my business, and everybody needs to find what works for them. If I had to keep minute details for every single item like that, it would never happen for me.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
So I do very good accounting. I just do it differently.
When you're the only person, it's not that hard to do that way. So Megan wants to know if we cook a big Christmas feast. And I know, Megan, you asked earlier who cooks the holiday meal. So Christmas, we actually, not Christmas, but we usually in a normal year, as Vicki mentioned earlier, we do a big Christmas Eve open house, and so usually
I make 2 or 3 big meals. Usually I make a couple of turkeys, or a turkey and a ham, and a couple of sides, and then everybody kind of brings potluck, and because we have about 40 people. And this year we're not even doing we're doing a takeout Christmas meal on Christmas Day. There's no big meal; it's just 2 of us. Thanksgiving, I cooked all of the regulars, but just much smaller because it was just us and another couple.
It's funny because I'm actually, my sister's calling me out for stealing the turkey skin. Come on, if you're not going to eat the turkey skin, what good are you? That's like the best shit right there. What's funny is I would say I generally enjoy cooking more than Vicki does. And I'm more likely to be like, oh, I'm going to try this recipe and make this meal. But when it comes to traditional stuff, like Thanksgiving and stuff like that, Vicki does like to cook those. I think mostly more out of tradition than anything else.
I like to cook for my friends and family. I've hosted Thanksgiving dinner every
for
year
holidays.
for holidays.
It's a very specific
It's true.
time. Like it's
I
not
mean,
like
I
normally, but normally you're not like, I want to bring everyone. It's not like cooking is your passion.
No,
But you
Hell no.
traditionally have had friends and family over on the holidays. So for you, I think it's a tradition thing.
I've been cooking and hosting Thanksgiving dinner since I had my first apartment at 17 years old.
Mhm.
So last year we went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving. That is the very first time I have not made a complete Thanksgiving meal in my entire life since 17.
But I am in charge of the mashed potatoes
She has taken over the mashed potatoes.
because I make some stinking good mashed potatoes. And I would like to acknowledge our friend of the show, Kimothy, giving the $5 super chat saying this grandma has to go to bed. Thanks, Vicky, for your help this week. So apparently you helped
You're welcome. You're
Kimothy
welcome.
this week. So,
And that's, I mean, I think we're probably, where has Britton been? He
Working.
texts me every other day. So, I mean, he's alive.
he's alive. Yeah.
I think it's getting late for a lot of our East Coast people here.
I make the corn, Laura, because first of all, she doesn't believe in corn on the holidays. And to me, holidays are about traditional stuffing, mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, the turkey. I don't even care about the turkey other than the skin. She doesn't do corn, so we have to. And then,
I eat
and
corn,
every time,
just not for Thanksgiving.
not with Thanksgiving, she doesn't get it. And then there's always the fight where she tries to get canned corn, and I'm like, no, frozen corn. You get frozen corn. And so I win because I'm the one that wants corn anyway. So it makes no sense that we would get the kind of corn you want when you don't want it. So, but yes, so I make the corn, but it's just frozen corn that you just put in the.
Yeah. See, thanks, Pinky.
You just heat it up with water.
Corn's nah.
You have to have it there because I don't eat corn any other time of the year.
You do with shepherd's pie. That's the only time I
because
eat it.
it's in there. But corn
And in the summer
with the mashed potato, but for the
Corn
most
on the
part,
cob,
I'm
grilled.
not like going out of my way to have corn. It's never going to be my decision to make corn. So it just
Anyway, enough about the freaking
rude.
Jesus.
And see, Binky says I make great taters. So, yep. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, frozen corn all the way.
We ate dinner right before this thing. You guys are all making me hungry. It's
See,
almost-
Laura,
always
who
with
is
the
a
food.
professional chef, says frozen corn all the way. Canned is weird, Vicky. WTF. She tries to say frozen. It's no good if it's frozen. It's like, no.
it's mushy.
No, it's not. If you don't. Canned corn is mushy. I don't understand. You're crazy.
Canned corn is crispy.
Frozen. No, it's not. Frozen
You're buying
corn.
the wrong corn.
No, frozen corn is crispy. It is fresh corn that has not been marinating in juices for 2 years. It is fresh.
2 years.
Frozen.
Again, what
you
the
heat it
frick
up.
kind of canned vegetables are you getting?
I'm sorry. Should we talk about your spice cabinet? Should we talk about how I needed some tomato paste the other day and I pulled it out and it said 2013 on it? Huh?
I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. I'm done.
It's true. It's true.
I'm done.
Anyway, whatever. See, if Laura said, yeah, see, exactly. It's flash frozen. So I'm like, I don't know what you're doing with your frozen corn that's mushy. It should never be mushy. It's fresh. It is fresh corn. Flash frozen. Fresh.
All right, shut the fuck up about
Fresh.
corn, for Christ's sake.
Fresh.
Enough with the corn. Thank you, Mary, for supporting my spice cabinet issues.
But I just love when I find a canned item or a spice item where the date is from before she even moved to Vegas. And I'm like, this is older than your move here. Yeah, Mother Deals, good point. She says, but she will throw out the sour cream a day after.
It's true.
That's funny.
Megan said, my fiance thought y'all were saying porn. Can we stop talking about porn on the show?
Yeah, Vicky does not like her porn mushy. She wants it crisp. She wants it crisp and crunchy. If she's going to have porn, it better be crisp. It's got to pop in her mouth.
Oh, dear God. There's something wrong with you people. Every rose has her corn. Jacob with my lyrics. Thank you.
Oh, I can't breathe. Anyway.
You guys are crazy.
All right. I guess we got to wrap this up. It's almost your bedtime, Grandma. Earlier, when she said she didn't want to have, she was like, I decided I don't want to have a drink because she's like, then I'll be tired. And I'm like, but you're going to go to bed right after the show anyway.
I am not. It's only not even 9:00.
I'm sorry. Would you like to think about that and say it again?
We don't go to bed at 9:00. We go watch TV at 9:00.
I'm sorry.
We don't go to sleep at 9:00.
Yeah, because you force yourself to stay awake until normal non-grandma hours. My 93-year-old grandmother stays up far later than you.
You guys are nuts.
That's right. LA Grit Hustle. What? $10 super sticker.
We can't show the super sticker on there, but
Well, it just says
super sticker, but I think it's a pair.
It's a pair that's working out.
A pair that's working out, apparently.
Maybe doing some kind of kung fu.
Calisthenics. I don't know what's happening. But
thank you, LA Grit Hustle. We appreciate it a lot. Is she 94? Are you sure? I think she's 93.
I think she's 94.
I think you're wrong. We'll find out. We'll find out. And then we'll know the truth. But thank you. Appreciate the super sticker. The super sticker. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up because it's almost 9:00. We've been hanging out long enough. But thank you for coming and enjoying this very special No Pants Friday After Dark.
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Holiday edition. Laughing
with us. We really appreciate it. It was a good, fun Friday night. Way to spend a couple hours anyway.
Yeah.
We will see you on Sunday with our normal show for the week. With our numbers and some good solds and some highlights from our haul from the week.
So tomorrow, sometime during the day, so probably after I do all my measurements for my t-shirts, when I finish that up, I'm going to come and I got to edit together this little short video of the stuff that Vikki got from her estate buyout. So I will post that at some point, middle of the day, afternoon tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we have a regular Sunday live haul where we will be she'll show some of the cooler pieces that she's excited about from her buyout. And then I have a bunch of awesome stuff. You
did get some awesome stuff this week.
Vikki went on Tuesday to go do this buyout because it was like a 2-hour drive.
Each way.
Yeah, each way. I took an Uber to go to yesterday's fits and came back with 3 huge garbage bags filled with stuff for the second week in a row because Jesse has so much good stuff coming in. And I got some awesome stuff. So I will be showing the highlights of some of the stuff that I got on Tuesday. So definitely we'll be here on Sunday. Where are you going?
I'm going to show Barry, you shut your mouth. He said, somebody, for the love of God, call Katy and Vikki on their cell phone. Let them know the show ended 20 minutes ago and they're still rambling. You're shut rude. Your mouth, Barry.
You're rude, Barry.
You guys are funny. So thanks for keeping us company and making us laugh. We had about 160 people in here at one point on a Friday night. This just goes to show you there's not a whole hell of a lot going on Friday nights these days, guys. No. Thanks for spending it with us.
We're going to go cuddle our puppies and try not to look at all the 5,000 dolls she has piled up in the living room as we walk by because they were super creepy. But anyway, guys, we really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And again, happy birthday to Sally. We hope that you are having a good birthday. And we will see you on Sunday. Day after tomorrow, guys.
Bye. Right?